Hey guys, welcome again to another video in our series Fundamentals of Programming. Today we're gonna be talking about basically what is not only what is a program, but how to start a program and what is a variable. So when I wanted to start this video, I wanted to talk about what is a programming or how to start a program, but basically the term how to start a program is very vague depending on what you're doing. So I'm gonna be basically you guys gonna understand it down the line. By the end of this tutorial, you're gonna be able to understand how to start a program and stuff like that. So that video is gonna be later down the playlist itself. So anyway, right now, what I wanted to talk about what is variables. So don't worry about all this. I'm gonna write a comment here and just style it. Variable. Sorry if I misspelled something. I'm really bad at spelling. I'm really bad at spelling. Anyway, what is variables? So variables is basically a key or something that tells your code, listen, I want you to hold a value, a specific value, and I'm gonna give it a name, and I'm gonna tell you what type of value it is, and I want you to save it in memory. Of course, the computer just chooses where to save it and knows where. You don't have to worry about that. But let's say, for example, you wanted to give it the number 3. I cannot just be like, hi, here, 3. Computers be like, I don't know what that is. You gotta be specific. You need to be specific. It's like you're giving commands to a dog. You train your dog to like, listen, sit. The dog, and after a while, the dog understands what it is. You train the dog, and once the dog hears the command sit, the dog is gonna sit. Now, let's say, for example, you tell it to sit down, even though it's the same thing. But the dog is gonna be like, I don't know what sit down is. He knows what sit is, but it doesn't know what sit down means. A program is pretty similar. If you tell it something that's similar that you understand, but the computer might not understand, unless it's like, excuse me, unless it's like the exact way it's programmed. So, for example, right here, the number 3. For me to do it, I have to give it a name itself. So I'm gonna remove that line. I'm gonna write it down. So the first type, don't worry about that. That error is gonna be fixed once I rewrite the same line. So when you write something like, let's say, for example, a variable, first of all, what kind of variable it is? There's integers, which is numbers. There's a string, which holds a line that can be printed. That's like a sentence. And there's a character, which is just one character. It can be a lowercase, uppercase, but only one character. Even if you put a number here, it's gonna be treated like a character. It's not gonna be. You cannot add something to it. And I'm gonna go in depth more when I when we get to do more programs and stuff like that. So let's say, for example, you wanted to add an integer. So you start with int, which is short for integer. Give it a name, name one. That's all one name, and you do space equals space, then a number. And of course, after every line, we have to put a semicolon. Semicolon. So in C++, which is the language I'm using right now, by the way, if you guys are using a different compiler or a different IDE, that's perfectly fine. It's all the same thing. Depends how advanced it is. Some of them, if you're writing, you don't have to worry about anything. If you're a beginner, most of the compiler is going to give you the same exact result. But if you're working on way more advanced stuff, then it matters what compiler you're working on. So let's say, for example, name one, and I identify also same thing. You write string name two, and I give it Nick the coder, whatever it is. I just wrote something. I don't know what it is. But anyway, character name 3. Let's change that back to end. Right now, those I now ugh, what I identified 3 variables. Name 1, name 2, name 3. Different kinds of variables. They have similar names, but the computer knows what each of them has, and in memory, it knows what it is. Now, the next key itself is C out. Cout is basically telling the compiler or the program to print whatever name one has. So name one is basically like a block of memory, square of memory or whatever it is, a block, and it's called name one and has the value of 3. So when you write C out, it goes to the block itself. It reads what name1 is, what value it has, and then prints it out. I'm gonna demonstrate, and of course I have it for name1, name2, name3. Now, the way I run it is just hit the play, build, and run. Once you do that, it's gonna give you build succeeded. Of course, it's Xcode. For every compile, it's a little bit different. Now, uh, yeah. All right, so there we go. So you see 3, and if you see ENDL, which is short for end line, means jump to the next line and then start the next command. So cout name2, jump to next line, which is going to print Nick the coder, and then name3, which is the letter N. Let's say, for example, we remove this and run it again. You're going to find 3, Nick the coder, then a new line, then N, then a new line, and just it says program ended with exit code 0. Don't worry about that right now. Also, that's just how it ends. So basically, that's pretty much what a variable is. Just in a conclusion, it's basically a way for the computer to know what you want to carry and how you're going to be treating it at the end, and it has to be in a specific way, like the way we talk. Those are just basic examples. Down the line, I'm going to explain more examples. All right, so without further ado, let's jump to the next video. See you.